What's up, YouTube? It's your boy JKG. We're back on the JKG Godforge channel. I want to say happy holidays to you and your family, whether you're celebrating Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever it may be, any other obscure holiday that I just don't know off the top of my head. I hope you and your family are having a wonderful holiday season and you guys are having the most fun that you can have. That being said, we're going to get right up on into the meat and potatoes of this video. This week there's no actual leaks going on in this week's video, so you can kind of take this with a grain of salt. This one's a little bit more creative. We're going to try to delve a little bit more into the creative side of the Godforge content universe, if you will. So before we actually get into what I've done, right here on the screen you can kind of see the Create a Carol contest is going on right now in the Godforge Discord. The link for the Discord will be in the description below. Definitely, if you're not already part of that, hop in here, come over here, make a Christmas carol. Just write out lyrics to a tune that's in your head. If you're talented and you want to, create a beat and actually make the song and do lyrics and sing on it and everything yourself, by all means, do that. That is amazing. If you don't want to do any of that, you can use tools, something like Suno. I believe it's suno.gg or possibly suno.com, but it's an AI tool. It's free to use, so you don't have to actually worry about having to pay to use this. And you can put in a prompt. I want to make a Godforge Christmas carol based on, these particular, heroes, gods and legends, whatever, and give it some time. It will come back to you with a full-fledged song that you can go ahead and link in here and, possibly get some swag. If you've never been in here, if you've been in the Discord and you just haven't really, cruised around some of these things, you kind of come in here. We have until the 25th, which is, I believe, Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. I don't know completely. Let me know in the comments below. I don't know what day Christmas is, but we have until Christmas Day. And if you come over to the event rules, we kind of see down here prizes. First prize gets a Fateless hoodie and a bandana. Second prize gets a Fateless t-shirt and a bandana. So, I'm sorry, prizes 2 and 3 get a t-shirt and bandana. Only one person can win one category. See the rule number 5. These are all the rules and everything like that. By all means, read them if you're going to participate, and by all means, do that. Next on the list, we have our wish list items. They asked us to kind of create a wish list as content creators. What features, whatever, from our perspective, do we want to see in the game? If we had the stroke, if we had the magic wand, if you will, what are we going to put into the game? I have 2 things on my wish list. One is a low-level champion, common, uncommon, rare even, that has OP multipliers. They don't need to have, any kind of utility. They don't need to do debuffs. They don't need to do turn meter reductions. They don't need to bring anything. But I want them to have extremely high multipliers with a good base, whatever that multiplier is based off of, whatever that stat may be. Have a decent starting point. That way, once we get into the game, I can make that champion make a big boom. Don't tell me what champion it is. Let me find it. I enjoy building those low-level champions in other games that I play. I am a little crazy that way. So that's what I want. That's the first thing. Number 2, I spoke up on this a little bit. I touched on it in the collab that I just did the other day with Ragewood. By all means, if you have not seen that video, we did a nice little conversation collaboration. And the link for that is going to be down in the description as well. But some kind of a cosmetic transmogrification type of a system, whether it's something as simple as when we're feeding, champions in, they kind of talked about it in a previous podcast episode, having the ability to, if you have a multiples of a champion, or you have like a low level champion, but that champion may have something that you want for another hero, you know, to kind of make them better, whether it's skills, stats, whatever. Make that possibly have a cosmetic touch to it, in my opinion. So like an example is like, let's just say you take one hero's got like some wings that if you take them off of them, put them on your hero, you're going to gain X amount of speed, right? So you get the stat boost, you get all that. And then on the champion, now that champion doesn't have wings. Now they have wings. Why not? Maybe they get a glowing aura. Maybe, you take a heart from a champion to make, higher HP. Now all of a sudden they got muscles out the yin yang, something like that. Those are the two things that I would love to have in this game. Now, don't get me wrong. All the cosmetics and stuff like that, probably very much not going to happen, just because it is incredibly ambitious to do something like that in a game like this. So I'm not delusional. I don't, feel like that's going to happen. But the one that could happen is the low level champion having an OP multiplier, have a broken champion that's not going to break the game. They're broken, but they're not, they don't have the utility to be built by everybody, and you're going to have to, spend a ton of resources to build them because you're stupid like me. That's what I want. So that one can definitely be done. The cosmetics, transmogrification type stuff, probably not going to happen. Would it be nice? It is my number one wish list in this game, but hey, beggars cannot be choosers. So let's get Discord off the screen here. So what we were asked to do is come up with a holiday hero, a holiday themed hero, to kind of bring the festive juices. And it kind of got me thinking. I got a little sleep deprived. I wasn't sleeping very good the last couple of nights, so I was pretty sleep deprived. My ADHD brain just went into hyperfixation mode. And instead of just doing one, I had a whole bunch pop into my head. So I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's just go for broke. So we have five heroes that are based very loosely. I kind of made very basic kits. I don't for them as just examples of what they can do, just kind of thematically and stuff like that. But we'll kind of hop in here. So we're going to start right here. We have the Grunch. Very loosely based on the Grinch that Stole Christmas. So I'll kind of read through his kit. You can kind of see he's got the thematic, he looks a lot like the Grinch that Stole Christmas. All of these, all this artwork was done in AI. I spent a few hours kind of putting this infographic together for all the 5 different characters as well. But the Grunch, I did 3 skills plus a passive for each character. So he's got an A1. It's going to be a single target hit, 50% chance to steal a buff. The Grinch is all about stealing your presents. He stole Christmas. So I kind of wanted that to be the theme of his kit, right? A2, a triple hitter at random with 33% chance to steal 1 buff on each hit. So you may get a stolen buff on each one. You may not. You may only get 1 out of the 3. Plus a 50% chance per hit to place Confusion. So Confusion is going to be one of the debuffs in the game for Godforge. Why not discombobulate your attack, your enemies while you're stealing their buffs? A3 is an AoE, area of attack. 100% chance to place decreased defense and attack, and place 3 poison debuffs on top of that per target under the decrease defense or attack. Defense and attack. So if that first hit, if it lands the decreased defense and the decreased attack, boom, 3 poisons on them, ready to go. And then he's got a passive where he's going to instantly spread all of those stolen buffs to all of your allies. So whatever skill it is, wherever he's stealing a buff from an enemy, goes on your allies right away before anything else happens. So that's the Grunch. Let me know. This is number 1. So again, pause after we go through the 5, pause. Let me know in the comments below which one's your favorite and why. And if you have a different one, let me know that as well in the comments below. But next we're going to have the Heat Miser, and I'm going to be going back and forth to kind of get myself out of the way of these kits here as we go. But the Heat Miser, we got him here. So the Heat Miser, if you don't know, he's from a very old cartoon, Christmas cartoon. I don't think it's the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer cartoon. Might be. I haven't watched that in about 25 years. But there's a song that goes along with it. I'll insert that here.
They call me Heat Miser. Whatever I touch starts to melt in my clutch. I'm too much.
So yeah, everything he touches turns to flames in his clutch, right? So everything he touches is gonna catch fire. That's the theme of the Heat Miser. So his A1 is going to be an AoE, 35% chance to place HP burn. So it's not 100%, but it's a pretty decent chance here on an A1, especially being an AoE. You might land one or two out of the single hit here there for you. The A2 is going to be a 2-hitter, single target. So it's only going to attack one enemy, but it's going to be 2 hits. The second hit will ignore 75% of the target's defense. Just you're going to hit harder on that second hit. So you're going to be there. A3, also single target. It's going to be 1 hit. Now, if the enemy is under a burn, then the damage is going to be based off of the max HP. So the enemy's max HP is going to be the multiplier. It's going to also place the decreased defense and decreased attack if there's no burn present. So if we don't land an HP burn off of the A1, then we're going to come in and we're going to land a decreased attack, decreased defense with that A3. Otherwise, if we have the HP burn up, he's going to hit based on max HP. So you're going to do a heavier damage, but you also have a chance to land some debuffs as it goes as well. And then he's got a passive when paired with the Snow Miser. He's going to counterattack with his A1 anytime an ally takes damage from a skill or a debuff. So anytime any of your allies get either hit with like poison or HP burn or whatever it might be from a debuff, he's going to come in, he's going to go in with his AoE, chance to place that HP burn. So you're going to have a lot of chances to put up that HP burn to get that enemy max HP hit on the A3. So that's the Heat Miser. It's champion number 2. Let's move on. Champion number 3. Champion number 3, hero number 3, if you will, is the Callie Canceroy. I really hope I'm saying that right. This is one from if you know the show Grimm that was on a few years ago, very loosely based off of the Brothers Grimm fairy tales. The Callie Canceroy, they were these children coming of age, and as they come of age, they turn into goblins that go around, stealing people's presents, trashing their trees, all of that kind of stuff. And then their one weakness is fruitcake. That's why there's the fruitcake here. And if they pig out on fruitcake and then they fall asleep and then they're, neutralized. So that's kind of the theme. They're kind of crazy. They go around, they're a little chaotic, but they get stronger and stronger. And then after they eat that fruitcake, they're done. They're out. It's like having, 6 plates of turkey on Thanksgiving. You're passed out in the chair while football's playing. That's what these guys are. So that's kind of the theme of the kit that I made for them. So the A1 is a triple hitter, at random. So could hit 3 on the same enemy, could hit 3 different enemies, but a 15% chance to reduce their turn meter by 25% per hit. So if you hit 3 on that one champion, it is the A1. So I made the percent chance lower. But if you get all 3 and you land all 3, that's 75% turn meter. Boom, done. You're going to be taking more turns. The A2, single target, 3 hits. Why? Because there's 3 goblins right here. That's the reason. Why not? But chance to deplete the turn meter fully. If the turn meter is not depleted, then a 15% chance to place a stun. So if you're going to get a chance for that crowd control. with this. Very much a crowd control, kind of a really chaotic kind of a hero kit that I tried to make here. The A3, a little bit wordy. So if you need to pause to read this, if you want, by all means do. But on the A3, at the start of each turn, depletes the HP, their own HP by half, places a decreased speed and attack buff on themselves. So they're going to go slower after this, but they're going to hit harder. They're going to get stronger. Then attacks one target. If that target is killed, it's going to splash the remaining damage to the remaining enemies as true damage. Not going to crit, not going to be anything crazy, but it's just going to be true damage. Then they're going to place a sleep debuff on themselves. So they're going to go to sleep and they're going to basically miss a turn. They're going to be slower. Their turn meter is going to be slower because of the decreased speed. They're going to go to sleep. They're done. They shot their wad, so to speak, and they're done. So that's kind of the theme there. They have a passive. Each attack hero damage, each attack this hero does increases the damage by 50%, stacking up to 150%. So the A1, every time they do the A1, that's 50% increased damage. You know, every time they do it, if they're counterattacking, whatever, if they got a counterattack buff, it's only going to go up to 150%, but just no counterattack buffs. If they run through all of their skills, their damage goes up by 150%. So you're going to want to like basically try to use the A1, the A2 more until you get that stack of 150. Use the A3 because you're going to get that increase in damage by your attack buff. And then you're going to hit harder with the 150% damage boost there. Now, after one attack at that 150% damage boost, that counter is going to reset back to 0. And you're going to just go back to normal. They're going to be, so if you time it right with the skills and you use that on that A3, they're going to be asleep when it goes back to 0, and they're going to be able to cycle through as we go. So yeah, that's the Kali Consiroy. Hope you guys enjoy that one. That one was a fun one for me to kind of come up with. Here we have our 4th out of the 5 heroes that I made. We have the Snow Miser. He is the Heat Miser's brother. They're going to have a synergy going on. So much like the Heat Miser, everything that he touch, lights on fire. Snow Miser, insert song.
I'm Mr. White Christmas. I'm Mr. Snow. I'm Mr. Icicle. I'm Mr. Ten Below. Friends call me Snow Miser. Whatever I touch turns to snow in my clutch. I'm too much.
So yeah, Snow Miser, everything he touches freezes. So that's the theme, snow, frosty, making everything nice and cold. That's kind of the theme of his kit. So we'll go through it real quick here. A1, single target, 35% chance to place the freeze debuff. I didn't want to go any higher than that because it is the A1. We're going to be spamming that a lot if we get counterattacks and stuff like that. So kept it kind of realistic, right? The A2. AoE, it's going to heal all allies by the amount of damage to frozen targets. So if anybody on the other team is already under a freeze for whatever reason, whether it's his or anybody else's, the damage that he does to them, he's going to heal us. Our team is going to get healed by that. So kind of a nice little way to kind of build in some sustainability, almost like a leech kind of a vibe to it. The A3, also an AoE freeze. It is going to ignore 50% of their defense if they're under a freeze. So kind of want to use both of that A2 and A3 kind of in conjunction with each other. You're going to do a little bit more damage. However, you're not going to get that heal back with the A3, but the A2, you're going to be able to kind of do that. So that's kind of where I was at with that one. He's got the passive when paired with the Heat Miser. All ally damage is increased by 100%. Now, if you kind of go back to like the Kali Consiroy, maybe we get 150% damage boost from them and we get 100% chance, 100% damage increase from the Snow Miser with passives. I really like that as a way to just build in some really big damage numbers. I think it's kind of fun. I don't think it would break a game, but I think it would be really fun. So yeah, that's hero number 4, Snow Miser. Hero number 5, you're on deck. So here we are with hero number 5, the Tri-Spectre Noel, or Noel, I guess should be the way we pronounce that. So this is the 3 Ghosts of Christmas. If we all remember, like the Scrooge, the Scrooge Night Before Christmas, where he's visited by the ghosts of the Christmas past, present, and future. That's what all these heads are. So we have the past, present, and future. So each attack is going to basically, it's going to be 3-headed ghost. And so that's the vibe, the physical vibe that we're looking at here for him. But the A1 is going to be the Ghost of the Christmas Past. So this one is going to be single target. One hit is going to transfer all debuffs from this hero to the target. Cannot be resisted. So whatever's been done is going back on you. That's kind of the vibe that I wanted to go with that. So the past is the debuffs that we have. It's going back on the target. The A2 is Ghost of Christmas Present. Which is going to be a single target attack, 50% chance to place a stun, cannot be resisted if they're under the confusion debuff. So a little conditional there, could be resisted if they're not under confusion, but if they're already a little discombobulated, hey, boom, can't get resisted, done. A3, the Ghost of the Christmas Future, is going to be an AoE. It's going to be an AoE ally continuous heal. So not really an attack, but we're going to get continuous heals. We're going to get 3 of them times 3. So 3 continuous heals. And then we're just going to heal up just not attacking the enemies. We're just healing up our team really well, hopefully. And then the passive here for the Tri-Spectre Noel instantly places true damage on all enemies that are under stun, based on the total amount healed from continuous heals placed by this hero. So as our champions are being healed 3 times by the continuous heal, whatever that damage does, or whatever heal we get, say we heal by 50,000 HP, we're doing 50,000 damage to the other team. Boom. I love this idea. Just, it's a way to build sustain, but at the same time, you're still getting some damage in. Big numbers. I like to see big damage numbers. I'm a damage guy. Only barbs. Play barb in Diablo and all those other games. Path of Exile. I play the Diablo type character in those games if they're not a barb. I want to see big booms, and I feel like this is a way to do that. So those are my 5 holiday heroes, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Again, comment below 1 through 5. Which one was your favorite? Why were they your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. If you feel like I, should have went a different way with one of these, or you have a different one that you would have done, let me know in the comments below. Build out a quick little A1, A2, A3. If you want to do a passive, Put it in the comments below. Let me know. I really kind of want to see where you guys go with this. But I had a lot of fun doing this. Hope you had fun watching it. That's going to do it for this one, guys. I'm JKG Brandon. Y'all have been amazing. Love you guys. Peace.